Welcome back to the first Arena Cup here in the 2016 season in Würzburg. We are just getting ready for the top 4 cut, and we have two very experienced and very famous German players going at each other right now.
Yeah, we have German champion David Sturm. He is playing his evolution decks, and his opponent is?
And his opponent is Robin Schulz. He's trying to make sure that David is not on a roll, winning the championship, of course, in Stuttgart. And next up, the Arena Cup here in Würzburg. David Sturm is indeed on a roll. He's the only one, actually, correct me if I'm wrong, to win the German national championship. Was it 3 times, actually? 2 times.
2 times.
So 2 times, and he's trying to get another win onto his CV right here with the Arena Cup. Only 2 more wins. He needs to accomplish 150 championship points, and that's already half the points he needs to qualify again for 2016 Worlds in San Francisco. So for top 4 already, those players will be receiving 100 championship points. So both of them have accomplished quite a lot in this matchup, but right now it's up for them.
And the round has started.
60 minutes to try and win this best of 3 comparison with Robin starting on the right hand side with Giratina and a Keldeo EX.
Yeah, it's nice to see to have one of his new Ancient Origins cards that far in the tournament. I mean, we are in the top 4 semi-final.
There's the Keldeo EX Shaman and also Seismitoad. Last match we saw Robin putting that Hoopa EX from XY7 to work when he was looking through his deck to take it with an Ultra Ball. It is a very nice and a very strong card in a Pokemon EX based deck. You search out Hoopa EX and you can then spam further Pokemon EX onto your bench like Keldeo, like Seismitoad and Shaman. That's a lot of drawing engine right there. As he's now actually going for the Ultra Ball. David not too sure what Giratina does, and I just can't blame him. It's a very new card, and it has...
oh, he handed it over to someone else, so maybe the judge is reading on it to make sure everything is going
exactly.
correctly.
Yeah, so David is like, oh, that's too much text, I don't like it. I don't think he's allowed to play it.
I think he already know it by heart.
Yeah, he should drop it. And I think that's an interesting move I see here from Robin. He's looking through his deck with an Ultra Ball, and I'm not really sure what he's looking to get. Maybe another Shaman. Even though he discarded the Shaman, he might discard that one just to bring down his hand size, and that's exactly what he does.
He just picked it up before the phase set.
Yes. So bringing down your hand count, also reducing the amount of Shamans on your bench is always useful because it's an easy target for a deck like David to draw 2 cards. And David has improved. Look at David's prices over there.
Yeah, you can actually see how many of them are left.
And David has changed his sleeves. He realized those sleeves were rather old. He didn't want to appear like some of his sleeves are damaged, some of them are not. You always have to keep in mind that some of the sleeves, if they are broken, might appear that as if they are marked. So you always have to keep an eye if you're a good player. Even though you don't mean anything bad, it might appear like you have damaged them on purpose. So always make sure that your sleeves are top-notch, always in good condition, so no one can blame you. I think that's a Professor Sycamore.
No. So last game you mentioned there was not much play of Giratina.
Exactly. I think Robin only attacked with Seismitoad EX.
So maybe we are going to see more of Giratina this game. Will be pretty interesting when David is not allowed to play any more special energies.
Exactly, and David is relying on those double colorless. Of course, he also has some fire energy in his deck, but those double colorless just work much better.
Yeah, and it's only 3 of them. So it's already impossible to stream 2 attackers with only the fire energies.
Yeah, and I think he realized that he needs to get the double colorless, and here we go. There's the double colorless. Now I'm wondering, does Robin, how many energy removals Robin plays? And actually, we saw against his match against Tobias, there are 4 of them. So 4 smashing hammers. I think none of the enhanced hammers.
He's playing 4 crushing hammers.
Exactly.
1 Team Flare Grunt and 1 Xerosic.
All right, so there is a lot of potential for Robin to have David run out of energy cards. And at the same time, Giratina is not allowing him to play those cards. So in an ideal world, Robin could use a Crushing Hammer or a Xerosic next turn onto that double colorless, which is currently attached to a combi, and then use Giratina's attack and basically lock him out of energies.
Have you listened to the new song of Robin Schulz?
Robin Schulz? Is he in the charts already?
Yeah.
I think he's a very famous DJ. But this time
And
he's
a
not putting
very
on
famous
music, but he's
Pokemon player
putting
in
on
Germany.
Pokemon cards. It was a really bad joke, Tobias. Just wanted to recap on that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was like the worst joke I heard because every time Robin is playing, you always keep telling this joke. So back to the game.
I
Robin
never did.
flipping tails. We noticed that Robin was flipping tails a lot last game, but it was always the not so important flips, and on the important ones he used to get heads. So let's see if that streak continues here, as he's trying to play a card, but he can't flip it. That's tough, of course. That's like the basic skills for Pokemon. You should be able to do exactly that. But Robin recovers and uses this Versus Seeker.
And
play the
immediately
Juniper.
plays the Juniper.
He knows exactly what he's looking for. So either a double colorless or a double dragon. Yeah, there's a double colorless. What is David talking about? He just says continue. And a crushing hammer would be awesome, but I don't see it. Or instead 3 double colors. That's risky.
That is
Or was it 4? 3?
3, I think. 4? Yeah, 4 or more.
3. It's a lot, and it's way
alright.
more than he needs.
And some lasers.
But the good thing for him is he can now attack with that Giratina. And also that
Or
attack,
he's retreating. Not sure how much retreat cost to Giratina goes.
I think Giratina has 2 retreat costs, so he is choosing to attack and also to KO that combi. And now David is not allowed to play special energy cards, and also he's not allowed to play any stadium cards. But that doesn't really matter, as we know David is not playing any of these. So here's an Ultra Ball. He's actually discarding this Shaman, so I think he's going for that Vespi Queen.
It was actually 3 things Giratina was locking. I think. Was it support?
Well,
or
we can
something?
always look it up.
Where he got his Vespiquen into game. Already have double colorless energy. And let's see. Well, it seems like it's not supporter since he played an N.
So Giratina's ability says that it doesn't take any damage from Mega Evolution Pokemon, but David is not too keen on Mega Evolution anyway, so
Yeah.
we don't see this. And what we forgot to say is that David is also not allowed to play any Pokemon tools besides Special Energy and Stadium cards.
Tools.
And
okay.
this attack is powered by 100 damage, so any Pokemon that David is bringing out that is not Shaman will be knocked out by just 1 hit from that Giratina. So we might see it really put in some work here.
Yep.
And he would love to have that Silver Bangle attached to it. No, he is not allowed to play it. Yeah, and Robin notices that. So it's Giratina, it's a whole new Pokemon. I don't blame David for doing exactly that. We didn't even notice until we reread the card.
Yeah, the Silver Bangle would have been huge. It's like getting 3 more Pokemon in your discard pile.
Yes. There's another Ultra Ball coming up. I see a Life Dew, but Life Dew also is a Pokemon tool, so that's no use. And I think he's getting rid of these Pokemon tools now. I'm not sure if he realized that Life Dew is no good either, but he doesn't discard it. Now, he just discarded a lot of Shamans. Now he's looking for them. I think he's running out of options here rather soon. He needs those fire energies. Because otherwise, next round, he's out of attacking options. And there it is, yeah. This card he needed so bad, because now he can attach it to Flareon and potentially keep attacking next turn.
Yeah, but you also have to get more Pokemon into his discard pile. I think it's only 3 or 4 at the moment. So, that's not even enough to hit the Giratina.
I think David is now deciding, do I want to attach it to one of my Eevees and find another Flareon? Yeah, and that's what he does. It's a little bit risky, but I think he looked through his deck already. Yeah, and he knows that there's another Flareon, so he's evolving it. That's good for him. He's thinning out his deck a little bit at the same time. There are 2 Shaman EX on the bench now, and very soon Robin is going to draw his second prize card by knocking out that Vespi Queen. Now, 2 Shamans on the bench. David doesn't have the possibility of getting them back to his hand or into the discard pile. Then 2 Lysanders can win the game for Robin.
Yeah, and Giratina can one-shot them now with a muscle band.
The question is David able to attack Giratina for a lot of damage next turn? And Robin is evaluating this possibility as we speak.
But it could be getting interesting if David managed to get rid of a Giratina. Since Giratina and Seismitoad are the only attackers of Robin, and Seismitoad got that weakness to Grass, and Vespican is pretty happy about that.
I think so too, but at the same time, a Seismitoad with a muscle band will one-hit KO a Flareon. So Vespi Queen will be going down rather soon, and that Seismitoad all of a sudden is looking rather good. So Robin is missing out on the chance of getting another Giratina, and also he has no energy. But he has Crushing Hammer, and he's going to use it. I think he has 2 Crushing Hammers, very huge flips. Oh, and he gets heads right away. That is big. Now David has no way of attacking during the next turn. Is he playing Leafeons?
Nope.
I don't think he's playing any Leafeon. So that means Robin has this game under control now. There's no way that David can launch a big attack next turn. He's not allowed to play any special energies. And that means he's only relying on fire energy now. Doesn't get it. There's a chorus though.
Oh, well, I have no idea what David could do in that situation.
There's 2 fire energies left, but we know that Robin is playing 3 more Crushing Hammers. So he's drawing for 8.
Yeah, and even if there's not the Crushing Hammer, he still can catch her up with Lysander and just knock it off before it gets its second energy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Many players were looking at Giratina. Oh, now he gets the double colorless. He doesn't really need them. He needs fire energy. Well, there's a fire energy, so that potentially puts him back into the game. He can attach it to a Flareon or a Vespi Queen or at least a Combi on his bench. He just can't attach it to the active spot and has to hope that Robin doesn't have a Lysander. But I think I saw it already. It's just, yeah, there it is. He has a Lysander. He's just eyeing it out. He's just waiting. And there's also a super scoop up, potentially to heal off that Giratina or get back a Shaman. Because with that Lysander, you could attach a double colorless to a Seismitoad, get that Flareon up front if he attaches that energy to a Flareon, knock it out, and
you are again safe for 1 more turn at least.
However, if he attacks with Seismitoad, then he can attach a double colorless again. So it's a trade-off. He can decide, does he want to have the tool lock?
There's no danger for Giratina if he just continues attacking with her and just capturing up now with Flareon.
So why do you think Giratina is female?
Well, it's Giratina.
Well, that's a little bit. I mean, Arceus is not male, is he? Oh no, is it?
Who?
Arceus, because like US in the back is like Romanian for male. Okay, we will end this discussion later on, but it's not finished yet. So Robin is deciding. Yeah, he actually decides to go with Combi, so he lets Flareon live another day, and also he decides to use Keldeo rush in, rush out, and get the item lock back on.
Rush out? That's interesting.
I think...
I'm not quite sure if that was the right call.
I'm not sure. Robin, of course, maybe doesn't know how many fire energy David is playing, but this game was almost won, and now David is back in the game all of a sudden.
He got another...
and there's the Lysander. Ah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah. Now he can knock off a Giratina and can make sure he can play his other...
Wow.
Double colorless energies and can stream his attacks. And by the knockouts, he got into his Pokemons. He got some more Pokemons into his discard pile. So should be enough now to finish off with Giratina. It got 80 damage, 100 left. So
and also, Robin misses his chance to one-hit KO the Shamans.
8 Pokemon.
I mean, there's an easy revenge KO for the active Flareon with his Seismitoad, and also the item lock will stay on. But there's just another Flareon waiting to become active, and also David still has combis, so that Seismitoad is still in danger. There is a Crushing Hammer, but we know that David has another double colorless in hand. I really... then again, Robin is way better than we are, but this play is a little bit puzzling.
Yeah, I'm really still wondering what he was scared of.
He has everything under control.
Capturing up the Flareon, getting rid of that fire energy. Next turn, what could he do? Attach a fire energy and still not be able to attack.
Exactly.
No danger at all. But
And
changing that strategy was actually weird.
And now he's in the defensive. So Robin has to find a Giratina and power it up. At the same time, he has to be quick enough before Seismitoad gets knocked out. Because that Flareon is easily two-hitting, on the way to two-hit KO that Seismitoad. How much damage does it do currently? He's going through it. I can't count it. I don't see it.
Seems like more than 10 Pokemon in the discard pile.
Two more coming up very soon. So here's an Ultra Ball. Is he going for another Giratina? Maybe he notices how valuable that Giratina was for him.
Does he
There it
have
is.
enough energies left? Yeah, I think it was only one Dragon Energy yet.
He's looking for a Hooper, if I see correctly. Yeah, he's looking for a Hooper. Like, does he need another Shaman? I don't see a Shaman though. Ah, there it is. Shaman. He's opting to go with Shaman.
Yeah, and he decided to pick it instead of a Hooper.
If Shaman was the only Pokemon EX left in the deck, obviously that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is he going to play it already? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh. Maybe he's checking for Lysanders. Another Seismitoad.
Yep, that's also the last one. He's playing 3 of them. We
There's
see 1 in the discard pile, 2 on the bench.
And there's the Crushing Hammer. It doesn't really matter, as we know, because there's a double colorless. Is that heads? I think it is. Yeah, it should be. There's Shaman. Oh, there's another Crushing Hammer.
Yeah, but no more energy to discard.
Oh, I think I saw a computer search. Yeah, there it is.
So is he going to use it right away?
I think he still has not played any energy yet, so I still think that Giratina is an option here.
Definitely.
I don't know.
You can just straight finish the game with just Giratina.
But at the same time, I think this is David's second double colorless energy. One more is in hand. So maybe
scoop up.
maybe it's now too late, and Robin figures it's too late for Giratina. Maybe he realized that might have been a mistake to give up on the Giratina in favor of Seismitoad, and now it's just too late to bring it back, and Seismitoad will do a job. As long as there's no combi, he's fine. And now what Robin has to do is he has to make sure that he has a Lysander for the next turn in case another combi comes out. Because he can deal with the Flareons in one hit. However, if Westby Queen comes out, he's in trouble. He's in big trouble then. So his number one priority, I think, is to be able to Lysander out any combi that might be coming out next turn.
Yeah, might be. So it's 3 price cuts left for Robin?
Yeah, I was wondering too. I think it's 3 price cuts left.
Everything is blue.
It's all blue. Double-D, double-die. Here we go. 8 cards.
So there we see another Giratina.
Yeah, he's getting ready for it. I like that.
Yeah.
Retreating.
But it's missing now the muscle band
Yes.
for the Shamans.
And he has 2 more prize cards to draw. He has Flareon. We know it's going to get that double colorless energy.
Maybe.
And there's also a battle compressor, so that might even be potentially a one-hit KO right there.
There will be no battle compressor, I hope, for David.
David can't play it.
Still not sure how many Pokemon are in this card pile, but I think it's quite many. He discarded 4 more now with that Professor Sycamore.
Yeah, we'll see soon if that will be enough. Basically, it's just important, is David able to deal 180 damage? That's all he needs to hit a one-hit KO to any of Robin's Pokemon.
Are you allowed to use Odino's ability if there's no damage and no special condition?
I don't think so.
Actually not.
I don't think so. But you could do it if there was a damage counter, but there's no damage counter.
Yeah.
But it's still enough.
Oh yeah, it's enough.
So 2-on-2 right now, and
I like the way David is announcing his attack. It's like death touch.
Put this away. I don't like this. What's this in my way? I don't like this in my way.
This is gone.
Yeah, this has to be gone. Gone, Robin, gone. You feel me, bro? I think Robin now is evaluating his options. He can attach a double colorless energy to a Seismitoad or to a Giratina, but at the same time he knows.
Giratina is still safer, I think. I mean,
no, it's just a one-hit KO from both sides, but Giratina obviously would delay the attack from Flareon by 1 turn. Yes. Ideally, he would have a Lysander and a double colorless right here to end it, plus Muscle Band, but it doesn't look like it. So here's an Ultra Ball. I think with this Ultra Ball, he's able to see what kind of options he has. He doesn't really need a Pokemon at this stage. He's just looking through his cards. What does he have? There's a computer search. There's another double colorless. I don't see there's a Versus Seeker. Oh, there's a Versus Seeker. Yeah, he's putting that Versus Seeker at the top. Of course, he's going to shuffle that deck. I'm not sure if he has another Shaman. Maybe he has a way to retrieve one of his Shamans, bring down his hand size, and try to get a double colorless and a Versus Seeker. Oh, he doesn't need a double colorless. So poisoning is one step. Oh, he gives up on the idea of getting a Lysander, I guess.
Yeah.
There's no way of him getting a Shaman. But oh, maybe he is bringing down his the hand size. Maybe he can use Crushing Hammer as well, even though he's knocking out that Flareon. So worst case, he's knocking out the Flareon, and at the same time he used Crushing Hammer on an energy which would have been discarded either way. Or he is enabling himself to get that Lysander and KO Shaman. Oh! Professor Juniper. So there's not going to be a win for Robin in this turn, and David has to like that.
Not quite sure.
No, it's rather easy, I think, because Giratina is going to become active, Flareon is going to be knocked out, and David can't attack next turn. That's not... Yeah, he just plays this in case of N, I think. He doesn't need them anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs them for Shaman. Maybe I would have kept one. In case Shaman becomes active.
Yeah, but then he's just hoping to definitely get that Versus Seeker.
There's a Versus Seeker in David's hand, and there it is. Now, I'm a little bit puzzled now.
Yeah.
Who's won this? How could David have won this? I think Robin won, but Robin is speeding up now.
I mean, what happened? He showed the Versus Seeker that could point into Lysander, but that doesn't help much because he can't...
there's no way he can attack. So, I'm not really sure what happened here. So, in my opinion, Robin won. Maybe we will evaluate here. We will find this out in a second.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit stupid now, I have to admit. I was watching the same game. We were watching the same game.
Was it the only card he had in his hand, the Versus Seeker?
He just
in like saying, I don't have anything, only a Versus Seeker.
I think he had way more cards than this. I think he had another double colorless energy, and he just revealed that Versus Seeker. David won?
How?
Why?
Okay, at least we have information now that David won the game.
He won the game. maybe the Versus Seeker would have pulled out a Seismitoad and left it active, and there was no way of and decking out
Taking out, yeah.
Robin in the process. I really don't know how this happened.
But you can't say, oh, I'm decking you out, or?
So we will get clarification right now. We
There
didn't
was-
notice that.
There was a blacksmith in the discard
Wow.
pile. And he can use the Versus Seeker to get the blacksmith, and the blacksmith gets 2 fire energy to Flareon. And that's the knockout.
You know, sometimes
We
if you
should-
watch David Sturm play, it's just so amazing. I think there's no way around it.
Or sometimes we're gonna have a look at the deck list. That's so amazing.
It's just unbelievable. I really, I remember that David Sturm was playing against, playing against Niklas, and he had the worst matchup possible. I don't remember what it was, but somehow he managed to defeat Niklas to become the German national champion afterwards.
Yeah.
And watching David play, maybe you don't know him, but he used to be the Pokemon champion a long time ago. He didn't play a lot during the last years, but he just started playing again. And all of a sudden, the first tournament he played, German National Championships, he just won it. This man is so talented. He just knows how things work. You just have to give it to him. It's just amazing to watch him. Now Robin is speeding up, of course. He knows there's like half an hour left. I need to make sure that I win the second round because he knows that David can play the time as well. There's Hoopa, there's Seismitoad, there's Giratina, there's Keldeo, and I think there's another Shaman. No?
Scoop up.
Now there is. That's a Shaman. Yep, that's a Shaman. Seismitoad. Look at all these EX. You know what
Yeah.
I don't like about these EX? They're not full art.
I just wanted to say, with Giratina normal art, regular art,
Yes.
looks almost more amazing than full art.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Well, the full arts always are a little bit less detailed because they have to fit on this
Also,
nice and
but if you
shiny.
compare Hoopa and Giratina to Keldeo, it's so much shiny
Yeah,
on top.
well, I agree. Now, Robin plays an N
In his first turn.
in his first turn, so everyone's drawing 6 prizes, which is fair.
6 cards.
Look at how Robin speeds up. He's crawling up his sleeves right
Yeah.
now.
Was over 25 minutes the first game.
He wants to win this Arena Cup so bad, and who would blame him? I wanted to win it, but I can't.
Yeah.
No
Who
one's
doesn't?
sorry for me though. I'm just
Yeah. You could be right about that.
yeah, I guess so. So Robin is deciding, do I want to play the double colorless? I think he's safe to play it because he's safe to play it because David doesn't play any energy removal, so he can play it at no cost. Combi is poisoned, and now David's turn. And from previous recordings, we know that David's first turns tend to take their time. Now Robin can just sit back and relax. Exactly, that's
Yeah.
what he's doing. Put away those cards. That's going to take a couple of minutes here.
It might be your last turn for a while where you can use item cards.
Exactly. So David's going to make use of them. First of all, looking through your deck, this is a very simple but effective way of improving your game. If you have a card like Battle Compressor allowing you to run through your deck, look at your deck, look for very important cards, see if they're in the deck or maybe priced, and then go ahead playing.
Yeah. Also discovered one of the misplays you can actually do with Battle Compressor, which was judged by our judge quite a lot today, because there was some confusion that you play the Battle Compressor, and when you don't do it like David at the moment, picking all 3 cards together, discarding, and doing it one by one, and as our player discarding us first card an N from his Battle Compressor and put it the N right on the playfield. Guess what happened?
Oh, the other player shuffled back in his hand? Oh yeah, that's mean.
Yeah, and it's actually the fault of a player that plays the Battle Compressor, because the card definitely says it goes directly in the discard pile. You're
Yes,
actually not
yeah.
allowed to put them on the playfield first.
Yes. Yeah, there's some... Yeah,
So many warnings for that today.
and you always have to watch out for these plays. I mean, everyone's experienced here, but everyone's playing for so many hours. Of course, your concentration goes down throughout the day. our concentration goes down throughout the day. We didn't even notice that David won that game. I was like 100% certain that Robin won it. But now, you know, that's interesting. As you could see, Robin was deciding whether or not to play Giratina or Seismitoad. So if he'd gone with Giratina, he could not play any double colorless. If he'd gone with the Seismitoad, he could not have played the Versus Seeker. So either way, David had this game won because he had a double colorless in his hand and a Versus Seeker. Just amazing. Another battle compressor. Guess what? This turn is going to go on forever. I'm going to be right back. So that's a blacksmith which won the game. Look at this card. It allows you to put 2 fire energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. And
One of your fire Pokemon.
the fire Pokemon, so a Flareon. And Flareon was able to attack. Look at this blacksmith. Thanks to Ingo for showing this blacksmith. Look how awesome he looks.
Such a young blacksmith.
Yeah, he's doing real work. Look at this. He
Yeah.
has his glasses, but he doesn't have his glasses on.
Unlike you, this guy is really working.
Yeah, but this is a security breach. I think you have to wear those glasses while working.
Oh,
Judge? Excuse me?
better don't show the blacksmith anymore, in case children are watching.
So there's another battle compressor for Shaman. It's another unknown, and underneath I think was an N. Whatever.
We saw
He just puts it
Odino
away.
removing the poison and 10 damage.
So that combi is nice and clean again. Not sure if that really matters, because that Seismitoad is looking poised to knock it out next turn. And another Shaman. Good for him.
And it's still his first turn.
There's a Lysander, there's another double colors. Now he can't do anything anymore. You can get another
Versus Seeker.
support. But has he played a supporter yet? He might not have played a supporter yet.
Yeah, I think it was
He can
just
only take N.
double battle compressor and
And he's taking N, yes.
double shaman.
He might play N yet. Is he playing N? I'm not sure if he played a supporter yet, to be honest.
No, actually not. It was double battle compressor and double shaman.
Robin would be ready to continue playing because that turn has lasted for 5 minutes or so. So Robin would be ready by now, and he is.
2, 3, 4.
Xerosic.
4 Pokemon.
And Giratina's getting ready for some serious action. There's also a muscle band. Now, I'm really curious if he's now realizing that Giratina will win him the game if he's bringing it out as soon as possible.
And that was apparently a heads on that scoop up.
There's one attack coming up from Seismitoad, knocking
that's
out that
good.
combi.
Oh, we can't see the results. But
And it's heads.
yeah, heads again. So he got Shaman and Tupa back into his hand.
Which is nice, I guess. And now
There
there
was
are
the
no
Breaking Punch.
items anymore for David, and I think if Robin is given the chance, he will attack with Giratina coming next turn, because he realized that would have won him the game.
Yeah, he can just rush in, retreat.
Oh,
I think
he's going all in right now. David needs that Vespi Queen.
Yeah. I just
If he
want to
gets
say
it-
he kinda gets forced to attack with Giratina probably.
And he's discarding a double colorless in the process, so that's pretty much all in.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Last card,
7.
doesn't get it. It's a Shaman
Oh.
though. Oh, he doesn't have any place on his bench. Yeah, you realize there's an unknown. He has to make use of it. Then he can place his Eevee on the bench and then Shaman.
Yes, yeah.
For one more card, I think. He can get one more card with that Shaman.
Yeah, he played the supporter already. He's not allowed to play any items.
Oh, there's another Eevee. He does not choose to play Shaman. And he has to retreat. Wow. 3 double colorless down the tubes already. And now you have to wonder, do you still go with Giratina? Because now the threat has not faded away, but it's now less likely for him to get that double colorless energy. For all we know, it might be
Yeah.
priced.
He Probably can play another Sycamore, gets Vespican, but not the double colorless.
And there's a computer search. Maybe he's going for a Lysander now.
Yeah, and he discarded the just freshly scoop up Hooper.
Yeah, if I was him, I would going for the Lysander. And there it is. There's a Lysander. We saw it already. That combi is going straight to the discard pile. It was ready to attack, but just not ready to evolve just yet.
Yeah, but soon it doesn't really matter anymore if it's a Flareon or a Vespican, because it will be so many Pokemon in his discard pile that both can one-shot. But as long as it's...
for now, he's fine. He's content with attacking
less than 16, it has to be Vespican, that's the danger.
And he's drawing 6 fresh cards with Shaman. Wow. And Giratina's ready to attack. Robin is looking much better in this game. And there it is. Knockout on combi. Yeah, and David doesn't know, what am I sacrificing here? It's an Eevee. There's another item card. Sycamore. There it is. You announced it, and it's going to happen. Now Vespiquen won't do him any good. He doesn't draw it. It's another combi and Vespiquen and a Flareon, I see. So
yeah, but no double colorless.
And no fire energy. That's really bad news. Has he discarded any fire energy?
Yes, in his first battle compressor he discarded 2.
Oh, but this is really bad for him because the blacksmith is in there already, and I think he's only playing one blacksmith.
Yeah, but I think he was expecting Robin to use the Giratina more and then go with Versus Seeker, Blacksmith.
Just amazing the mind games going on.
Yeah, Robin probably realized that both of them are on the discard pile, so it's more important to keep the item lock up.
Now he just should keep on quaking punching. This game should be won. But then again, I thought the last match was won also. So here's a head ringer. Doesn't really need
in
it.
the face.
Just wants to get rid of some cards. Seismitoad. Not that he needed it, but there it is.
Well, some
if I was him, I wouldn't.
Can still happen.
Yeah, he can play it out because as long as Keldeo is on his bench, there's nothing to fear. There it is.
Right. No Lysander and stuck in the active spot without getting any energies.
He's playing the Hypnotoxic Laser just to be able to draw more cards with that Shaman. He's eyeing out another Lysander. And he's actually promoting that combi and knocking it out.
Yep.
David doesn't seem to be able to get a Vespiquen out there. And he scoops. Yeah.
But he should give Team Flare tool back. Well,
yeah,
he would see that
I think he'll notice, yeah. And I think he's looking for it right now. David still has a head ringer in there. So maybe one of our colleagues... Yeah, there it is. Okay, good. That's very interesting. So I'm leaning forward here, as you can see. I like this game a lot. Robin... actually, I thought that Robin was going with Giratina, just the way David was expecting to go with expecting to go with Giratina, but at the same time he didn't. He used that Seismitoad, but
yeah, well, maybe also his first 2 battle compressors showed too much of his strategy.
And yeah, it was almost over when Blacksmith and the Fire Energy hit the discard pile, because from that point on, now it's Seismitoad that is much more valuable.
Yeah. Just prevent him from playing the Versus Seeker.
And the game was pretty much over when he had to play Sycamore, discarding a double colorless at the same time, and he was getting rid of 2 more double colorless beforehand. So there was only 1 double colorless left. He didn't even see it, so for all we know, it might have been priced even.
Yeah. So we're happy. We're going to see a 3rd match.
It's a 3rd match. We are ready to see that 3rd match. And I think the players are also, as I know those 2 players, they will hurry up because they don't want to see a timeout. They want to decide this as soon as possible. And we still have, I think, 20 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, I think that game was rather fast. I think it was about 12 minutes, and the first game was about 25 minutes.
So that's a good average for a best-of-3 match. We have 60 minutes in total. So let's see what these players are up to.
21 minutes left.
Now, of course, David is going to start out. Wishing good luck, fair play, good spirit. Here's turn 1 for David. You can come back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, the famous turn 1.
Turn 1, this is why
No
I don't enjoy
lock at all.
Night March decks and decks like these that are relying on
say
Pokemon in the discard
decks
pile.
that play Battle Compressor.
Exactly, the battle compressor. It takes so much time. We're not here to play. We're here to decide things, right? To crown a champion, the Arena Cup champion
Yeah.
here in Würzburg.
First champion of a new season in one of our Arena Cups.
Exactly, 150 points. What can you buy for 150 points? Like
Yeah,
at least a Mercedes.
We didn't mention the nice trophies and the prizes you get along with the championship points.
The trophies, like the fame, the displays, the booster boxes. Oh, and again, he chooses the same strategy. Do you agree with this play? Battle compressor for blacksmith, only 1 energy and 1 on Dino.
Maybe he has more luck of knocking off with Seismitoad now. But I think that all depends a bit on the energy removal from Robin. If he gets his crushing hammers out fast, and we saw Xerosic early game in game 2.
So here's why I think this is a very tough spot to be in. There's a Seismitoad ready to attack next turn, obviously. However, it has to expect that Vespiquen is making a comeback next turn. So what if I'm David, I'm looking for another combi just to make sure that Robin can't prevent him from playing a Vespiquen next turn. So I would look for another combi and put it onto the bench because there's another double colors coming up. However, now that 2 fire energy are in his discard pile, and the blacksmith is as well, if Robin can keep up that item lock, there's no way for David to get to them.
I think it was only 1 energy this time. And
Yeah,
the
but he discarded another one with a sycamore.
Ah, okay.
And there is, just as we expected, there's another combi. Now Robin has to expect that there's another Vespiquen coming up next turn, and we know there's another double colorless. And in case that Seismitoad wants to hide on the bench, there's another Lysander waiting on David's hand. Play item cards as long as you can. There it is.
Yeah, and tools and special energies.
And everything. Just play them. Play them. Silver Bangle. Look at
So
this
that's
nice
already 50
silver
base
bangle.
damage.
Now, where do you put the Silver Bangle? Do you put it on your wrist? Where do you put it? Do you put it on your neck? What is this?
Oh, it looks painful.
Yeah, it looks dangerous. It looks
I
hard.
better don't think about that.
I don't want to put it anywhere.
But the Vespiquen with Silver Bangle is already 50 base damage. Thanks to the weakness of Seismitoad, it's 100 base damage without having any Pokemon in your discard pile. So you need like 4 more Pokemon in your discard pile.
Yes.
And you're already hitting for 180.
But one problem less.
There we saw a
Silver
Tool
Bangle is gone.
Scrapper. That's
And a Xerosic. Robin doesn't know that this won't do him any good because there is another double colorless waiting. But I think Robin doesn't have any other options.
Yeah.
David could be looking at a very easy win here. But I don't think he's able to retreat Eevee and
yeah, and
attach
he's
that.
in the item lock. And he has to pass. He doesn't even have an...
I think he still has the energy, but he doesn't want to play it because he knows that Robin only needs a Versus Seeker, and then he's down 2 double colorless, 2 fire energy, and puts him in a bad spot. So Robin taking his chances here. Does he want to knock out that Eevee? There's a Lysander. I saw a Lysander, but it doesn't do him any good either.
Unless he gets a Muscle Band or a Laser
Oh,
now.
maybe on Shaman? Oh, on the other Eevee. Yeah, that's an option too. He needs to buy some time. And that's why he's not knocking out that Eevee. He doesn't want to give that free retreat. Yeah, and another pass. What is it? He doesn't show us. What is it? Oh,
unlucky
Float Stone.
for David.
Another Lysander, and now it's Shaman. But now actually David can use it, because he has the double colorless. He can attack with Shaman, bring it back, and promote one of his combis to put some pressure on Robin.
Now you should maybe...
Promote another combi.
no.
Oh, he's actually
yeah.
promoting an Eevee. He happily gives away that prize card. Oh, there's an Ultra Ball. Here we go. Now this is going to be interesting. Robin is back in the game. He's going to look for a Hoopa EX, hoping that it's not priced.
Talking about Robin back in the game, I mean, look at David. He had to...
Yeah, but David is just one turn
Has-
away from winning it all. If that Ultra Ball would not have hit, Robin might have to pass without attacking. If he attacked, he knows that something's going to happen with David's hand. He has a double colorless, he has a Professor Sycamore, he only needed another Vesper Queen, and this game would have been over. So, and Robin really needed that item card right now. There's this Hoopa, and then there's another Shaman, Keldeo, possibly another Seismitoad or
Yeah.
Giratina.
The possibilities now are insane. You get an Ultra Ball and can technically search for 4 Pokemon.
Yeah, however, Shaman is maybe not doing him any good because is he able to discard all these cards he has in hand? I don't know what he has in hand, but he couldn't use them just now. So Giratina, there's Shaman. What's the last one?
Keldeo.
Yeah,
probably.
Keldeo. Good. So I saw another Floatstone. So he has a Floatstone. He's going to attach it to Keldeo, getting a little bit of flexibility back. But he still has to fear that Seismitoad won't live another turn. So maybe a double Dragon Energy for Giratina will do. So he decides that item lock might not be as important because he did not look for another Seismitoad. He chose Giratina, knowing that Seismitoad might be gone next round.
Yeah, and he has a double colorless for.
Oh, 6 fresh new cards.
You
There's
know.
another Ultra Ball and a Computer Search and a Headringer. Headringer doesn't really matter in this game, so you can discard them with Computer Search or
Yeah.
Ultra Ball.
It's nice to have those cards you really don't care about in a matchup to be able to discard them.
Yeah, you don't feel bad for having to discard them.
And there he takes his first prize card by knocking off that Eevee.
Not playing the Computer Search, he thinks that reacting to a situation that David will provide to him will be more important than playing it right now, and I agree with this. Yeah, I think David will have to play the Sycamore. Yeah, and there it is. So many item cards. Roman is going to check what he discarded. Not really interesting. No double colorless. Oh, and there's another double colorless in David's hand. That's huge. And so many battle compressors. He has 2 unknowns. He can draw more cards using them. Discarding it first. I'm not really sure what he's looking for. Of course,
Another
Vespi Queen.
unknown.
He needs Vespi Queen so badly. Oh, he doesn't get it. This would be a huge break for Robin if David doesn't find Vespi Queen. That would be huge because then he had to retreat again. He doesn't get it. One more chance. Wow. That was such a huge break for Robin.
Did he already play supporter?
Yes, he played the Sycamore. Wow, that was big. Basically, this is wasting another double colorless energy on David's side. All that Robin has to do now is finding a muscle band. Yeah, David is in shock. David is just
Yeah. Or
in
double
shock. He
dragon-
doesn't move.
Double dragon energy.
He just doesn't move.
That's
Wow.
the same.
Yeah, he decides to remain active just in case that Robin does not find a muscle band. If Robin doesn't find a way to attack for more than 30 damage, that combi is going to live another day. So Robin has the chance to get a muscle band or rush in, rush out, and attack with Giratina. So what do you prefer? Continue with Quaking Punch or get the Giratina to work?
I think right now, when you knock off the active Pokemon with that double colorless, I would do it with Giratina.
So maybe it will be his only option. It really depends on does he find a muscle band. Just to be sure he's using that crushing hammer. No use. He has another Versus Seeker, so he has plenty of options.
Well, it also depends a little bit on the amount of Pokemon in his discard pile. If Flareon can already one-hit the Giratina, then it could be dangerous. But there's no Flareon in game yet, so even if he would have access to the Versus Seeker for the Blacksmith, he can't use it since there's no Fire Pokemon yet.
And he agrees with you, checking the amount of Pokemon in David's discard pile. And I think Robin realizes now that he's in a very good position. He just has to decide, where can I increase the odds of winning even more? By attacking with that quaking punch?
How do I have my opponent more under control?
Yes. Oh, and that's an option too. I didn't think of this. Now, poisoning that combi will take it out because it only has 40 HP. Quaking punch does 30 more damage, and that double colorless energy is gone. We know David has another one, but
And he still have item lock.
and he goes all in. He has to find that Vesper Queen right now. If he doesn't find it, it's pretty much game. He realizes this. He's not going to fool around anymore. He's attaching the double colorless, going for the Sycamore. It's all in or nothing.
1, 2,
And there it
3,
is.
4.
And 2 more Flareon and 1 more Vesper Queen.
3
This
Flareon.
hand, that's not too bad. This hand is not too bad. I'm going to be honest. He can evolve everything.
A shaman would be
Evolve
awesome now.
all the Pokemon. Just evolve all of it. All of it, you would say. All of it. Does Shaman evolve? No? If it would, David would have found the Pokemon.
Mega shaman?
Mega Shaman. Mega Shaman. So now Keldeo is active with a float stone attached to it, allowing him to retreat to get that Giratina X active. And I think David's next move will have to be using a Versus Seeker to get that Blacksmith. Now, there's no Seismitoad in sight. And he will switch now to the strategy he had in mind at the very first turn, getting that Blacksmith, and it might just work out for him. It might just be the right timing for him.
Yep. And since it's really only Pokemon X Robin is playing, there's not a single non-X Pokemon, you only have to knock
more
out 3
Pokemon.
Pokemon
I agree.
in total. So there's no 7 prize game, nothing. Just knocking out 3. Any 3 Pokemon.
So I see a double Dragon Energy in Robin's hand, so Giratina is free to attack if he wants it to. And yes, so yeah, he's he's undecided. You can tell. He would love to continue attacking with a Seismitoad, but he just can't. Yeah, he can play it. He knows there's a Keldeo. It's safe. You can do it. Yeah, hang on. Okay, good. Now he's probably going to retreat and attack with that Giratina, but
I
before
would be
he
a big
can.
surprised to see a Tool Scrapper now still. I mean, Robin is playing one himself, so you have that in mind that tool removal is still a thing.
Yeah, but David,
But
we
it's
know
not
that.
rare.
Yeah, and we know that David is not playing it.
Yeah.
There would be a slight chance that he would play a Lysander, but at the same time, he doesn't. There's no way he can get rid of that Float Stone from Keldeo at the same time. And now, I think this is Computer Search. He's finally using it, discarding Ultra Ball and Headringer. Yeah, what's he looking for?
He probably doesn't know himself.
And I don't know either. I think he chose
Looked
an
like
N.
the N.
Yeah. I think he knows that David has put himself into a very good situation where David basically just needs a Versus Seeker. And if Robin can somehow decrease the likelihood of David having a Versus Seeker, he's going to take that chance. And that's exactly what he's doing with that N.
But it's still 4 cards.
It's
Plus
4
the one
cards,
he gets in his turn.
absolutely. Both players will draw 4 cards as the time is stopping at 10 minutes, so we should be at approximately 7 minutes by now. Still plenty of time to avoid the timeout.
Yep, and it will definitely be the last game. Since we
Silver
are
Bangle.
playing best of 3.
Hex Maniac, I don't see anything. Is there oh, there's a Versus Seeker at the very top of David's hand, I think.
Scoop Up succeeded on the Shaman.
Yep. Which is not too important at this stage, I think, because there are a lot of Pokemon already in David's discard pile. That's not too important either. Yeah, and he realized that that's not so important. He's drawing cards now. And I think that's a good idea. There's another Team Flare tool, I think. I think this is
he's
Jamming
playing
Net.
No, he's playing 3 Headringer.
It looked like Jamming Net, if I'm not mistaken.
I hope it's not. There's no Jamming Net on his list.
We both hope it's not. Here's Vesper Queen. It doesn't have any retreat cost, so I think there's a Versus Seeker in his hand, and there is, and also there's a Battle Compressor. The question is, does he need it? How many cards does he have? Oh, he's counting. Oh, look at all those Pokemon. He takes like 3 minutes to count all these Pokemon. It's ridiculous. He's playing Battle Compressor. Just to look at his deck. I don't think he's in need of discarding any of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think it's 14.
14. So that would be 160 damage.
I'm not sure if it's really 14 because he went through them so quickly. And our screen is far away from being HD. So I'm not too sure. He's discarding 2. So that would make sense. That would make it 16 plus 20. So that's 180 damage. And that's the Versus Seeker. That has to be Blacksmith. Attaching them to one of the Flareons, retreating that Vespi Queen, and knocking out that Giratina in the process. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
How do you... He has to find a Seismitoad right now. The only way Robin
The
can bounce
Giratina
back.
can't attack this turn. She needs 4 energies.
Where
That's
is
2
Seismitoad
attachments.
if you need it? Is Robin prepared for this? I mean, he has to assume that this was going to happen. But at the same time, he played an N. So... Oh, there's a Seismitoad. I think I see a Seismitoad in his hand.
Yeah.
On the
But
left-hand
the
side.
energy is still missing, I think.
Oh dear. So looking at the double colorless, 3 double colorless gone, 2 fire energy in play. We know that there's 1 more fire energy and 1 more double colorless somewhere, and I think it wasn't in David. It's not in David's hand, and it's not in David's deck. So I think the 2 last prize cards for David are a fire energy and a double colorless energy.
No shit. Sure.
No kidding, Sherlock. There's Seismitoad, but how many double colorless has Robin left? There's a Versus Seeker, so he can take his chances, but the... Oh, there it is already, I see it. And it's also Muscle Band.
Where did that come from?
Wow, he's a magician.
Dark magic.
Well, we are talking like 60 seconds about what kind of cards he needs, and all of a sudden they're here. So Robin was just waiting for us to announce what kind of cards he needed, and there they are. There's another Versus Seeker, so he might take an N. He might take his chances now. And he's throwing away his cards like he lost already. Yeah, I think he announced N, because both players are shuffling their cards.
Yep.
He's drawing 3 cards, which is a nice trade-off. Flareon is going to disappear.
David is drawing 2 cards.
And basically the question is, can David find a double colorless? That's the question. Because Seismitoad is going to become active.
Yeah.
Vespi Queen is going to become active.
That means no Versus Seeker to Blacksmith again.
Oh, indeed. That's another option.
No, he can't. Item lock.
Ah, the item lock is on, exactly. Oh, that's pretty
So
rough.
the double colorless is really his only option.
Yeah, and he can't play any more supporters to really work with it. Now what's David arguing about? He's arguing about something. Maybe he seems a little bit frustrated because I think he knows that there's no double colorless left, and he pretty much knows that if Robin is going to go through, yeah, look at Robin. He's like, if you have it, you have it, right? And he has to feel good about David taking his time here, because if David slammed the double colors on the table, he knew that it was going down the tubes now. But it's actually not. Robin notices now. He actually has a chance of winning this. He's knocking out that combi now. Ideally, he would promote the Flareon, because that would give David just 1 out, which would be double colorless. Well, it's still the item lock, so it doesn't really matter. He's just reducing his hand count. Yeah, and David is like, come on, I know I don't have a double colorless anymore. I think it's the 2 prize cards. Really curious to see David's 2 prize cards now.
What is Robin hoping for now?
I think Robin realized this game is over, because he looked at his deck. If I'm not mistaken, he looked at his deck with Battle Compressor. I didn't see any double colorless in there. I think this game is over.
Yeah, but Robin takes so much time now.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, he reveals that there's indeed the double colorless in his prize cards. He gives up. David can't do anything about it. He is frustrated to see the double colorless being among his prize card. There's nothing he can do about it. Wow.
So our first finalist is Robin.
First
playing
finalist is Robin indeed.
Giratina Seismotor deck.
It's funny because at this very morning, someone came up to me and asked me, "Hey, is this card worth something?" And it was pointing at the Giratina X, and I was like, "Yeah, well, Giratina has some potential, and its time might come, but it's just not here yet." And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, it's in the finals.
It's the
What
finals.
do I know, right? So, what am I talking about?
Yeah.
I have to give it to Robin, though. I really enjoy. I have to give it to. Sorry, first of all, I have to give it really to David, because I really enjoy watching David play. I think he always realizes what his winning condition is and follows through with it.
Yeah.
And this again with Blacksmith doing it the very first round, I was skeptical seeing it, but again, it was almost giving him the win. If that double colorless would have been in his deck, he would have won this match.
And next coming up, the final.
Next
for
coming
Arena
up,
Cup Würzburg.
the final. Let's see who's going to make it in the